Have you ever walked into a room where everything looks just fine? The colors match, the furniture is clean, nothing seems wrong, and yet something feels off. Like good luck packed its bags and left quietly. No drama, no goodbye, just gone. And you can't quite explain it. But things aren't flowing. Opportunities stall. Money slips through. And nothing seems to land where it should. You start to wonder, is it just bad timing? Or is something in your space quietly working against you? Because luck doesn't just disappear. It gets blocked. Bit by bit, by the things you don't even notice anymore. In this video, we'll uncover 5 Feng Shui items that don't scream bad luck. They whisper it. They sit in silence while fortune quietly walks past. Let's find them, name them, and gently clear the way so that luck can finally find you again. They were beautiful once. A soft bloom in the room. A gift. A memory. A celebration. And so, you kept them. Even as the petals curled, even as the color drained, even as the air turned dry around them, you didn't mean to ignore it. But now they sit still, crumbling, quiet, like a whisper of something that used to be alive, like a secret your home is trying to forget. There's something eerie about beauty that doesn't move. The room around it feels stuck. It's as if the air holds its breath, like time pressed pause, and fortune lost its way in. Because when we keep dried or dying flowers, we keep endings. We hold on to energy that has nowhere else to go. And over time, it hardens. The flow of good luck slows down. The cash flow feels delayed. Opportunities feel close, but don't land. It's not dramatic. It's just constant. A slow, invisible denial of wealth, one dead flower at a time. This is for the one who keeps beauty long past its season, who holds on to what once bloomed, because letting go feels like loss. You say, it still means something, but your space says, is it feeding you or draining you? Somewhere deep down, you might believe that keeping what once brought joy will keep the luck around longer. But what if it's doing the opposite? What if holding on to what's over is exactly what's blocking your next blessing? It's like leaving your bank account open, but never checking it again. Because you're scared of what you'll find, it just sits there, unattended, growing stale instead of rich. That dried bouquet in the corner, it's not a tribute, it's a trap. A visual memo that says, this is as good as it gets. Dried flowers collect dust, mites, and old moisture. They reduce air quality without us noticing, but the impact isn't just physical. They anchor the space to a moment that's no longer here. And in Feng Shui, that loop traps both your emotional clarity and your financial fortune like a weight tied to the flow of money Not heavy enough to break, just heavy enough to slow everything down. It's a pattern the nervous system registers. Beauty that no longer feeds you becomes poverty that quietly lingers. Go to that flower, not with guilt, but with awareness. Thank it for what it once meant. Then ask yourself, is this the energy I want more of? And if not, set it free. Compost it, burn it, bury it, return it to the earth. That's where beauty becomes luck again. And if you still want to remember it, press one petal in a book. But don't let that memory be the reason you stay poor in spirit or in cash. It's 2:17. It's always been 2:17. The hands don't move. The ticking stopped long ago. You've walked past it 100 times, but your brain no longer hears the silence. It's just there, frozen, like a moment that never finished, like a clock that gave up on tomorrow. There's something about a stopped clock that shifts the whole room. It doesn't make a sound, but it keeps saying one thing: nothing's moving. And your energy listens. The money flow slows. New opportunities miss their moment. You feel like you're doing everything right, but the timing always feels off. This isn't just about decor. It's a quiet signal that you're late for a life you haven't even met yet. Maybe you're someone who's always almost ready. You plan, you hope, but something always delays the doing. You remember the past in full color, but the future feels like static. That broken clock on your shelf, it isn't just broken, it's holding your energy in pause. It marks the moment you stopped believing in your own timing. And if you've ever felt like time was working against you, you're not wrong. Your environment might be playing that belief on loop. It's like carrying a wallet that's always empty, but you never replace it. You just keep hoping one day it will fill itself, but it won't. A clock that doesn't move sends the same message: nothing changes here. Don't expect more. And luck doesn't land where there's no invitation to move. A non-working clock disrupts your sense of flow. Your brain keeps checking for motion, but finds none. That small inconsistency creates low-level stress over time. And in Feng Shui, it blocks momentum, especially in money lines and timing energy. It's like trying to grow wealth inside a room that keeps saying, "We're not moving yet. We're still stuck. We're still waiting." Stand in front of it. Don't rush. Just look. Ask yourself, what time did it stop? And what part of you stopped with it? If it still matters, repair it. If it doesn't, let it go. Throw it out. Donate it. Smash it if you need to. Let time breathe again, so your fortune can too. Sometimes all it takes is one working clock to remind the universe that you're finally on time. It looks modern, minimal, intentional. A cactus by the window, a sleek metal sculpture in the corner, an abstract painting with sharp streaks. Cutting across a clean white wall, it catches the eye, but it also catches the breath. The air feels slightly tight. The energy feels like it's bouncing, not flowing. Sharp decor doesn't just hurt when you bump into it. It sends out a message, even in silence. Stay alert. Stay guarded. And when your nervous system stays braced, your wealth stays away. Because money moves like water, and no one pours water into a space full of spikes. Spiky items interrupt the flow. They scatter luck. They ricochet your attention. And they tell the room to protect instead of receive. This is for the one who was taught that softness is weakness. That structure is safety. That clean lines make things clear. So you chose hard over gentle, sharp over open, because something in you believed that being too welcoming would invite the wrong kind of attention. And now your home is mirroring what your body has learned, how to look calm while staying tense. If that sounds like you, if your space looks beautiful but feels like it's bracing for something, comment below what sharp object you've kept around and why. Sometimes naming the tension is how we finally soften it. It's like decorating your living room with warning signs. Just prettier. That cactus says, "Don't get too close." That sculpture says, "I'm impressive, but I'm not here to comfort you." These pieces might look expensive, but they cost something else. Ease, welcome, flow, wealth. Because prosperity doesn't walk through barbed wire. Even if it's painted gold, our eyes register sharp angles as potential threat. Even when we don't realize it, our body stays slightly alert. Our thoughts stay slightly scattered. And over time, that drains your luck, your money, your clarity. In Feng Shui, sharp forms are known as poison arrows. They cut through rest zones. They disrupt entry points. They weaken financial corners. Not through drama, but through tension. Walk through your space slowly. Notice what feels loud. Notice what feels rigid. Soften what you can. Cover what cuts. Add curves. Add warmth. Add something that says, "You're safe here. Your money is safe here." It's okay to like sharp things. Just don't let them decorate your peace or your paycheck. It sits quietly, a frame on your desk, a crystal bowl from a birthday past, a pendant tucked in the corner of a drawer. You don't use it. You don't love it, but you keep it because someone gave it to you. And even though the relationship turned cold, the object stayed, as if it's still trying to finish a sentence you never wanted to hear again. Not all objects hold warmth. Some carry the weight of the person who gave them. And when that energy is heavy, bitter, jealous, manipulative. The gift becomes a quiet anchor. It doesn't glow. It lingers. It doesn't serve. It reminds of things you no longer need, of feelings you thought you outgrew, of ties that still pull, and slowly your energy stalls. Money feels harder to hold on to. Luck feels blocked. You keep hitting walls, and you don't know why. This isn't about blame. It's about residue. Because something in your space still belongs to someone who never wished you well. This is for the one who keeps things to avoid guilt, who says, "It's just a thing," even though your body tightens. Every time you see it, you kept the gift, but also kept the tension. You kept the obligation, the memory, the subtle emotional debt, and part of your home has been paying for it ever since. It's like storing old checks you know will bounce. They look official, but they won't deliver anything. Only disappointment, only weight. That necklace from an ex, that photo frame from someone who used your kindness, it's not sentiment, it's energetic residue. And you're the one absorbing the cost. Our brains associate objects with emotion, whether we admit it or not. Even a small reminder of betrayal can create stress, fatigue, and resistance. In Feng Shui, these are called energy binds. They trap your luck, drain your focus, weaken your space. They block your ability to receive, especially when it comes to wealth and new opportunities. Find one item, just one. Hold it for a moment. Ask yourself, do I feel supported by this? If the answer is even slightly hesitant, it's time to release. You don't have to hate the giver, but you don't have to carry them either. Donate it. Let it go. Wrap it in quiet forgiveness. And say, you no longer belong to my future. Not everything given in love carries love. And not everything kept in silence is worth the luck it's blocking. It's sitting on a shelf, a cute piggy bank with nothing inside. Next to it, a chipped bowl once used to hold coins. And in your drawer, a wallet you haven't touched in years. Creased, empty, forgotten. They don't ask for attention, but they tell a story. A quiet story your space listens to. On repeat, these objects aren't neutral. They represent not enough. And when your home is filled with symbols of emptiness, your life starts to match that message. An empty wallet says, no cash is coming. A broken bowl says, I'm not whole. A piggy bank with no coins says, this house rehearses lack while hoping for wealth. But energy doesn't follow hope. It follows repetition. What you surround yourself with becomes what your space believes. This is for the one who keeps old wallets, just in case. Who keeps broken containers because they feel useful. Who grew up being taught to never waste, to always save. to never throw away something. That could still technically hold something, but sometimes what holds your money also holds your fear, your scarcity, your disbelief in abundance. And the more you surround yourself with signs of less, the harder it is for more to find its way in. It's like taping a hole in your roof and wondering why the rain still gets in. That empty wallet in the drawer, it leaks belief. It says, "This is what I deserve." That cracked coin dish, it says, "Wealth is unstable here." Together, they build a quiet message that tells the universe, "Don't bother." The objects we see every day shape how we feel without us realizing. Empty containers, especially ones tied to money, reinforce stress, scarcity, and fear of receiving. In Feng Shui, they block the energetic ability to welcome wealth. They create stuckness. They reinforce the story that nothing ever fills. Walk through your home slowly. Look for the objects that feel like waiting, that feel like never enough, that feel like trying but never arriving. Pick them up. Hold them for a moment. Ask yourself, do I want more of what this represents? If not, replace it, even symbolically. Get a wallet you love, a coin dish that feels full. Put a single bill inside, even a note that says, "Wealth is welcome here." Let your space stop rehearsing poverty so it can finally start practicing wealth. Your home doesn't need to be rich. It just needs to stop pretending it's poor. You didn't place these things to block your luck. No one does. They arrived slowly. A broken clock, a chipped coin dish, a gift from someone who left more weight than warmth. They stayed quietly, and so did the stuckness, the hesitation, the money that never quite stayed. But awareness is where it shifts. Not with shame, not with guilt, just with a soft noticing. That dried flower, that empty wallet, that sharp little sculpture in the corner, they've been whispering the same thing. And your home has been listening, but today you listen too. And that changes everything. Healing your space isn't about chasing perfection. It's about coming home to energy that breathes with you. If this spoke to something inside you, tap like, subscribe, or share this video with someone whose space might also be holding too much silence. Your space speaks. Wisdom listens.